The American classroom is in crisis. For decades, the system has relied on a model of aggressive standardization, demanding that every student conform to a single metric of success, often ignoring the rich cultural tapestry of the students themselves. The result is spiraling teacher burnout, disengaged students, and a sense of educational isolation. The search for a solution has been frantic, involving billions in spending on tech, consultants, and new curricula. But the most powerful fix isn't coming from Silicon Valley or Washington, D.C. It's arriving quietly, one classroom at a time, carried by the hands and the heart of the Filipino teacher. American schools are, without fanfare or public acknowledgement, adopting the core tenets of the Filipino way of teaching. This shift is not a top-down mandate. It is a stealth cultural transfer driven by the simple, undeniable effectiveness of a human-centered pedagogy. This is the story of how Filipino educators, who make up a vital and growing segment of the American teaching workforce, are reshaping the American classroom by introducing profound values rooted in care, community, and unyielding respect. The foundation of this quiet revolution rests on the concept of the teacher as family. In the American tradition, the relationship between a teacher and student is often viewed as purely professional and transactional, a transfer of knowledge for a grade. In the Filipino educational tradition, however, the teacher is a second parent or a trusted elder, a kuya or aide who commands deep respect and offers unconditional guidance. When Filipino teachers arrive in the US, they bring this relational depth with them. They don't just teach the curriculum, they build a family unit in their classroom. This contrasts sharply with the detached, metric-driven environment many American students experience. The first observable change is the rise of culturally responsive teaching (CRT), a practice that American education journals are now championing as the future. CRT, which advocates for integrating students' cultural backgrounds into the learning process, has deep resonance with the Filipino approach. Filipino educators naturally draw on their cultural heritage to make lessons relatable, fostering an environment that is inclusive and respectful of diverse backgrounds. They understand that a student who feels culturally seen is a student who is ready to learn. American districts are now training their staff in these methods, often unaware that the most effective practitioners are the ones who already embody this philosophy. This genuine, holistic care creates a powerful bond that transcends the typical American student-teacher dynamic. The students feel a sense of belonging, and the teacher earns Utang no Loob, that deep, reciprocal debt of gratitude, not just for the lesson, but for the life guidance. This relationship translates into unwavering student loyalty and a stronger drive to succeed, not just for themselves, but out of respect for their mentor. American schools are finding that genuine care is the most effective tool for classroom management and academic motivation. Now, if you are seeing the profound impact of the Filipino spirit in education and you recognize the strength of this culture, show your support right now. Please subscribe to this channel to help us celebrate the immense emotional richness and global influence of this vital heritage. The second major area of adoption is in differentiated instruction and personalized learning. Filipino special education SPED teachers, in particular, are globally recognized for their skills in adapting and tailoring instruction to meet individual needs. Facing resource constraints and diverse challenges in their home country, Filipino educators developed exceptional proficiency in devising individualized education programs (IEPs) and employing varied, hands-on instructional strategies to accommodate all learning styles. When these highly adaptive teachers enter American public schools, they bring a mastery of flexibility and resourcefulness that immediately improves outcomes for students with diverse needs. Their methods, which blend technology integration with culturally relevant materials, are now being studied and copied by U.S. districts desperate to close academic gaps. American training programs are starting to emphasize this blending of technology with deeply personal, one-on-one teaching methods, a hallmark of the Filipino educator's toolbox. We are also seeing a quiet return to the importance of communal learning and peer-to-peer mentorship, a core concept related to the Filipino value of pakikisama, getting along, and community harmony. While the American system often isolates students through competitive grading and individual projects, the Filipino philosophy encourages collective success. In Filipino-influenced classrooms, older students routinely help mentor younger ones, and the success of a task is considered a group achievement. American pedagogy is now pushing for more collaborative, problem-solving, and project-based learning strategies that inherently rely on the communal spirit that Filipino educators naturally foster. This shift away from isolation and toward cooperation is seen as a key to developing the soft skills that American employers are desperately demanding. Furthermore, the Filipino focus on discipline and respect is subtly influencing American classroom management. The traditional American system often relies on punitive measures and rigid rules to maintain order, leading to student resentment and disciplinary issues. Filipino teachers, while maintaining high expectations for behavior and academics, often manage their classrooms through the power of the personal relationship. Because they have already established the teacher as family bond, respect is a given, not a forced rule. This model of management through relationship is far more effective and sustainable than management through threat. American schools are increasingly adopting training programs that focus on establishing positive student-teacher rapport and restorative justice practices, methods that echo the relational integrity that Filipino educators naturally employ. Finally, the sheer resilience and adaptability of Filipino teachers, often working overseas with complex professional and personal challenges, sets a powerful example for the entire teaching profession. They are known for their high adversity quotient IQ, demonstrating an ability to persevere, be proactive, and remain adaptive in the face of complex institutional demands. This added to the commitment that goes beyond the paycheck is subtly influencing the standards of dedication across American schools. The American educational system, struggling with its own bureaucratic rigidity, is finding that the infusion of the Filipino heart and mind is providing the precise emotional and pedagogical resources needed to heal its deepest wounds and build a more inclusive, effective, and humane future.